Finance bills are being rolled out of their respective committees. Finance bills from the Transportation Policy and Finance, Taxes, and the Education Finance Committee have all been heard in the Ways and Means Committee.
So I'm looking for us to go forward with academic achievement.
Meanwhile, the Green Acres bill was approved in the House.
We need to move on this now.
This session, you can read all about the happenings of the House. The free nonpartisan magazine, Session Weekly, keeps you up to date, providing in-depth coverage of the House committees and floor action. Here's a glimpse of what you can expect from the professional staff of writers, editors, and photographers in this week's edition of Session Weekly. House File 1103 would increase penalties for attacks against utility employees, contractors, and postal carriers while on the job. Session Weekly looks at how and why the penalty is being increased. Plus, Session Weekly will introduce you to a pair of citizen watchdogs who day after day listen to public testimony and hear proposed legislation, not because they are on anybody's political payroll, but because of their strong state interest. And an omnibus bill goes through a long journey before it is signed into law. Session Weekly editor and assistant director Leanne Schutz overviews the omnibus bill process.
My story is about the omnibus bill procedure, and I focused on the tax committee because that's what I cover. And the long road that an omnibus bill takes to either becoming law or to be vetoed. In my story, what I focused on too was the minority, the DFL minority. And Representative Ann Lincheski speaks to amendments and the role of the amendments. She offered many of the amendments in the tax bill. Many of them she didn't expect would be acted on. Her intention was, number one, to educate members, especially all the new members to the tax committee, about the tax code. But she also said that amendments serve a purpose for the minority because many times that's the only way that they can get their voice heard. So I wanted people to understand the process of how an omnibus bill goes through the procedure, and generally it ends up entirely different than when it left the committee.
Session Weekly will be providing coverage throughout the legislative session, keeping you informed and up to date.